Here we go. I think it was set to the wrong microphone. Oh yeah, I got a haircut too. Wait, hold on, I gotta make sure my sound's working. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. How do I sound compared to the background music? That's the real question. Hold on. I gotta let the sound kind of die down. Also, I'm gonna turn this down a bit. This is a bit loud. Testing 1, 2, 3. And then I should probably have kept talking. Now it's starting to loop. I really gotta figure out a sound one of these days. I just set things up. I wonder if there's a way to test them, like in OBS, without going live. That's a thing. I'm sure that exists. I just don't know what it is. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to sound good. All right. Hello. I'm back. Sorry for not being here. I was playing Vampire Survivors. And yeah. But Vampire Survivors had an update. I had some free DLC and some just a regular update to the game. I added a new level. So I was playing that. And I don't particularly like to stream Vampire Survivors because even though I love that game, I'm so like locked in when I'm playing it that I don't think it's very fun to watch. So we're just gonna do this today. But yeah, how have you been? It's been a bit, but I'm back and I'm hoping to finish up these bees today. And one thing that I want to check right now, because I'm not really liking this, is I don't like these comet trails going in front of the bees. Hold on. So let's see. If I move these below, okay, so it's gonna be, let me try moving these down here. Wing guard, below will be yellow. Okay, I do like that. But the part that I don't like is now this line. Well, hold on a second. Actually, that looks fine. Okay, there we go. Just had to move that to a slightly different spot. All right, the last thing I need to do really is just I need to do some shading for these bees, and that's about it. Oh, as well as like touch up the little things that they're holding a little bit, like the crab and whatnot, but that's gonna be pretty quick. And I got the colors over here because I need to change pretty much where all of the shading is for them. So we're gonna start with the bee yellow. I'll start with this little guy over here. All right, so because I really do need to change this because I was going through this, I was looking at this the other day, and man oh man, man oh man, man oh man, oh man oh man. I had these off because especially after I decided to make the portal have a white light coming out of it, similar to the color on excuse me, on her clothes. I was like, yeah, no, we gotta change where all of this is coming from, especially since it's kind of coming from behind and below. Like, let's see. How do I show this? Like, the bees are like right here, and then the portal's like right there. So it's like behind them a bit too. But luckily I saved these colors so that I can just... I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. So I can just do stuff like this, easy peasy. But how was everybody's week? Or I guess how was my week? I guess don't you're watching me. Oh wait, hold on, wrong layer. My week was good. A bit stressful. I've been getting to work late too much, and it finally caught up with me, and they were like, hey, you got 60 days to fix this, or you're gonna lose the ability to like work from home and stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, I really messed up if that's the case. So I'm not on probation or anything like that, but they're just watching me being like, don't mess up again. So we'll see how it goes. But now I really gotta check the traffic every morning before I go in, because if it's ever like, oh hey, my week was weird. Hey, bootleg cereal, how you doing? Yeah, but now I gotta really check the traffic before I go in, because if I'm late at all, I could lose my ability to work from home, which I don't want. So, your week was weird. Hello, welcome. How weird? How? Oh wait, I need to be on this layer. Also, welcome. It's like behind. He's really gonna be just rim lighted, if I'm gonna be honest. IDK, just one of those weeks. Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like things have been weird for people for a little bit. I don't know what it was about the beginning of this year. I felt like everyone was going through it. I don't know what was going on. But I'm hoping with spring coming around, that's changing. Let's hope at the very least. Other than me almost getting in trouble at work, it wasn't too bad. Except for, what is it? Oh, it was Wednesday. Because I have so many days I have to be in the office each month. And you never want to leave it all for the end, because something happens and you can't make it in one day, you're screwed. So, what was it? It was Thursday. I went on a Wednesday and I almost didn't make it in, even though I left like an hour early to get in. It was so close. And then, what is it? Thursday, I was getting to go and I got stopped by a train, and then I checked the traffic and it said, hey, you're going to, the earliest you can get to work is late. And I was like, I'm not going for it. I'm just gonna work from home today and make it up on Friday. But then I ended up having to go in because I had an internet outage. My internet went out and I was like forced to go in. I was like, well, guess that's that. So, not fun. But hey, even if I'm only in for half a day, it still counts, so that's awesome. Sorry for a weird week. Didn't you have I think the last time you were here, you said you had didn't you have an interview? How did that go? I could be misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure you said that. I haven't heard back yet, but I skipped a day of work for it. Ooh. That's always the awkward thing. Now you gotta skip work to get a different job. I had to do that a couple times. My last job, they could kind of tell. They were like, yeah, he's getting a job somewhere else. Because there was all of a sudden some random days I was kind of asking off for on short notice, and then dressing up nicer than usual for work, and they were like, uh-oh. But I ended up getting a job, so it worked out in the end. And actually it was for where I'm working now. Why is this light hitting this guy? Okay, it's gonna be more like that. Okay. Need to fix up the orange a bit. I got a little overzealous. There we go. Haven't heard back. What kind of place did you? Let's see. What kind of place was it? Were you still doing? Is it still for game QA? Actually, no. It's gonna be more like that, really. Okay. Now let's get this yellow in line with that. Or was it for something new? I am on the wrong layer. I think you might have mixed me with someone else. It's a call center job. Oh, okay. What was that? What was the QA? That wasn't you. It wasn't Bird. Is that Inti? Actually, yeah, that's Inti. Okay. It's a call center job. Oh, hey! I actually work in a call center right now. Call center tech support. Super fun. He said sarcastically. Although truth be told, it's not too bad because it's only like internal people rather than like the entire populace they could be calling in. Or something like, say, Google or what is it, Apple. I had a friend who worked at the call center for like Apple. Oh man. He didn't like that job. You gotta be so quick with those things. One good thing about working a call center job is that you will never said it will really help with any phone anxiety you might have. Which is nice. Okay, and I might need one darker version of these colors. Let's see. He's gonna be the funnest one to shade. No. You know when you're supposed to hear back? They're usually pretty good about getting back, or are they gonna be like this one place this one bank I applied for where I had a really good interview, seemed like everything was going well, never heard back from them. I even have one of my brothers-in-law works there, and he vouched for me, and I put him on my application as a reference. Still never heard back. I don't know what. But it was for the best though, because I don't think I would have liked working in banks. I liked working in tech way more. Way more. Ish. Okay, and then am I on orange and yellow? Yellow. Maybe a little bit of the rim right there. And then right there. And right there. A little bit along there. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay. And that's the initial one. And this one's going to be extra fun. What am I on? Orange? Yeah. Because he's just going to have some. He's just going to have some, like, along here. How do you along here? Maybe on the outside of the arms. Maybe in here. But he's going to be almost entirely covered. In like this bluish light. So the light's going to be playing totally different tricks with him. I should have the right color. What the heck? What are those lines? Are those up here? What's going on? What are those lines? Alright, did that get rid of it? What is going on there? What are these lines? What layer are those on? Excuse me? Oh no. Well, they're definitely on. Oh, I did those up here. Oh, shoot. Oh yeah, I probably fixed that on that layer and didn't realize it. Okay, now let's go back to here and erase that bit. Watch, I bet you I'm gonna hear back from that bank. Like, really randomly one day. I'm gonna be working an entirely different job. Even different than the one I have now, and still hear back to them and be like, bro, it's It's been 5 years. What? I don't know. What? Oh, that's the tears. I was like, what is that blue? I don't remember this. All right. And then... let's see here. And then I want a... let's see, especially the orange layer. I want an extra dark version of this orange. Oh wait, I have to click it over here. Okay. And then... okay, that should be good. To put in places like this. And like underneath here, along here. And on places like the ends of the fingers. There we go. Always love how that makes things come together. I hate to leave you so soon, but I work in the morning. No problem, dude. I will see you later. You have a good one, and good luck on the job. I hope you hear back soon, alright? I appreciate it when anyone stops by, even just for a little bit. Up a bit. Thank you. You're welcome. You have a good one. I don't like how sloppy I made this. Hold on. Much better. Finish up these bees today? Yeah, I think I can. I just have a little bit... after I finish up with this shading and some highlights, I really just got the... I need to figure out a little bit of like how to add just a touch of blue to these. To the shading especially. I might hit them all with like a light airbrush. Just a real light airbrush in the blue. Nothing too crazy. Do all the line art as well. Sometimes I don't draw for a week. I'm like, oh my god, how am I gonna get back into this? And then I just start flowing. I can just start. I'm good. That's what I found. Just gotta start. Okay, that's something I just realized I wasn't doing. I wasn't hitting the undersides of these arms enough. Hold on, let me fix this. Yeah. Okay, that makes them look a lot more like arms. It's always so cool to me how the more you add shadows to something, shadows and highlights, that just makes it look realer and look more like what you want it to look like. I'm not the best at shading, but it's probably one of my favorite parts of the process because it's the thing that actually like really brings it all together. Ah, no. How do I undo what I just did? Ah. There we go. There we go. Same thing over here. And the edges along the outside. There we go. It's gonna be real fun is figuring out what to do with these lines. Actual like line art. Ah, no. Is he above or below? He's below. Okay, yeah, so the front of the foot pad should be darker as well. Hey, bird! It's going good. How's it going with you? I'm hoping to finish this up today. We're getting close. I just need to adding in the final shading on these beads, and I think that's it. I had a pretty good week. We got really distracted by Vampire Survivors because they had a new update. But that's alright. I have had a very confusing but maybe good week. Oh, cool. Any positive is good. How things go with your Spanish class? There we go, and then there's this guy down here. Let's see. A lot, well, not a lot, but it feels like a lot happened with the possible friend. Oh, hey, okay. Cool. Come a little closer. That's always good. Way to take those steps. Right there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, and then you might need an even darker yellow. Let's see, let's go, it's at 100, let's go down to 80. And I can't see these. Let's see, now I have seats directly next to them. I still don't talk during class, only at the beginning of the day. Nothing happened as expected with the 2-week thing. That can happen. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong layer. I wouldn't worry about that too much then. If something was gonna happen, it probably likely would have. glad you're sitting near them now. And hey, now it'll be a lot easier to find. It'll be a lot easier to get a partner for that class if you ever need one. Is that up on this layer too? Yes, that is. Okay, I don't know why I did all that work on this layer. Maybe I did that before and like started switching around. I don't know.
Speaking of come a little closer, we had our first conversation Wednesday that felt genuine. No silence, no pauses. It was pure convo. It was the first time in a while I felt like I had a friend.
Oh, sweet. Awesome. Just keep chasing that. Yeah, just keep chasing that. Getting to know people really isn't that complicated. Most of it's just talking. No, you don't need that darker up there. Okay, and hello. This cookie looks like he has a butt. I always think that, but I always forget about it until I see it. There we go, okay. I need to fix up that cookie too. At least make it look a little bit more.
Sadly, this didn't happen the following days, but it's whatever. Wednesday just felt good. I just felt good when I woke up, and it was one of those good days.
Yeah. I think there's been some bad days recently. I don't know what it is. I know I've said this before, but I felt like the beginning of this year, especially like February, March, like everybody was struggling, dude. I don't know what was going on. But I feel like we're starting to come out of it, so we'll see. It might have just been like end of winter, like beginning of spring. Like seasonal depression or something. I don't know. Yeah, but oh, you probably don't have much longer left. Yeah, it's April 13th. Although any more schools go to June, so I got about a good 2 months. Fourth quarter, oof. I remember being in fourth quarter when I was a teacher. Spent the entire time freaking out because I was like, oh my god, we have so much that we have to get done before the end of the year, not a lot of time. We made it happen every time though, so. Okay. And now. Let's see, I really think it's just the little details. All right. Actually, I'm gonna put this up on. I'm gonna make a. What's on this layer? Oh, I was playing around with some stuff. Okay, that's what's on this layer. Yeah, I really don't like those. Okay. we're just gonna delete that layer. Okay. No, I don't want that. No. No. Actually, I can make a new layer and then just do that. Yeah, there we go. And then move that up here. Perfect. Okay.
The issue with me now is I will never get out of this mind. My mind will just be stuck in that. With this 21st a day. The issue with me now is I will never get this out of my mind. My mind will just be stuck in that. With the 21st a day after.
Oh no. Here's what you do. Very few people know when his birthday is. Just don't say anything to people about that, and eventually you will forget too. That's kind of the only way. That's kind of the only way to get around that. And if I have no idea when this comes up, but if anyone ever asks, like in like a random like quiz show or something like that, if it ever comes up like what day is Hitler's birthday, just pretend like you don't know. Unless it's for the win.
Also, school ends in like a month. Whoa. I want it to end, but I don't at the same time. I want to continue. I think this movie I'll call it play out.
Yeah. It's not quite a movie. It's life, dude. It happens. And hey, just because it's summer doesn't mean you can't see these people. You can be like, hey, do you want to hang out over the summer? That's going to require you to take the first step, though. I want this to be a little bluer. I'm going to go up to 50 instead. Yeah, there we go. Because I want this to actually look like ice. There we go. Alright, and then just hit these little extra areas. Darken up some sides. Okay. That looks like it's actually frozen in ice.
No, that wasn't what is stuck in my mind. It's the combo I had on Wednesday. Oh, life is like a movie to me. It's fun to see. Also, we have like summer meetups from my school.
Oh, cool. My school did not do anything like that. It was just like, oh, it's summer? Get fucked, I guess. Make friends yourself. Or the conversation. Yep. Don't obsess about that conversation too hard. You'll drive yourself crazy. Just kind of let it be. And don't be like, oh man, I totally screwed up, because you probably didn't, in all reality. Oh wait, hold on. I still have the opacity down to like 50%. Okay, there we go. But just let that conversation be something nice that happened in your mind. There we go. Crab shading. There we go. All right, and let's
see.
Life is like a movie, huh? Hmm? It can be sometimes. But as somebody who also struggled with being present and still struggles sometimes, one of the things that I do is, if ever I feel like I'm like dissociating or not like as present as I want to be, I want to make this color a little bit darker, is I have this thing that I'll do where sometimes whenever I'm like hanging out with people, I'll realize that my focus for my eyes is like 2 feet behind me. So I'll be like, just like this, and all of a sudden I realize I'm thinking about stuff in my mind and whatnot, and it feels like the focus of my eyes is like 2 feet behind me, and I'm not like looking out of my eyes, but I'm like I'm behind my eyes and looking out of my eyes like someone who's just observing everything around him. I don't know if that makes sense or if that sounds familiar. But whenever that happens, I'll just manually change my focus and remember that I am here right now. I'm not observing. I am actually present.
I don't care if it's a conversation or the person themselves because I'm still lost in the situation. Also, I don't think it's screwed up. I showed them the Popeyes pickle lemonade and chili flavored toothpaste. I think I did all right.
Yeah, sweet. That's all you really need to do. Have some conversations. Share what you like. Share with them what they like. That's how you make friends. Wait, hold on. I need to take a note of the number. Oh, right back up. 60. 140. Okay. Oh, that's not nearly dark enough. I need to make that a lot darker. Okay, there we go. But one thing I learned way too late is I was not good at being present. Still not. Still has something I have to work on, but
It gets easier with practice. I just found those too funny. They seemed to have two, so it worked.
yeah, perfect. That's all you need. One of the most attractive things in a person is passion and caring about things. So if you show them things that you like, that's always fun to be around, even if they're not necessarily into those things themselves. Alright, I think other than like the line art, we're moving forward. But did I put this on the... Yeah, okay. I need to get rid of these colors that I put in. There we go. Alright, now we need to work on these line arts for these bees. Making them look all purty. Let's see, I think I'm actually going to go with that darker color. This line art's going to be super fun because I'm going to be changing back and forth between a ton of different colors. Wait, that's red. It's this color. Yeah, there we go. I probably want to use a smaller pen here. No, actually, I need an even darker color than this one. Just slightly, though. Okay, there we go. There we go, perfect. Perfect. I gotta think too much about these bees, because I don't want them to be the focal point. I want them just gonna be a funny thing that's happening. And then let Shiina, who's supposed to be the focal point, actually be the focal point. Alright, and then it was this color. Yeah, oh wait, no. I actually need to use a slightly even darker color for this one as well.
Biggest thing I'm passionate about is music. I can go hours with just music. Imagine many things I do or have done in the past already. I tried getting to know more about them, but they acted like they didn't really do anything, which was weird to me.
They might just really not know what to say, or they are self-conscious as well. I know this in particular happens to me, where, I mean, I'm drawing VTuber fan art, so I definitely worry about sharing that with people, because it is not something everybody would get. So, when that comes up, I usually just say something like, oh, it's just kind of whatever, or whatnot. I'm not totally comfortable sharing that with people, because I don't know how they would react to it. And it's also cringe, so I'm not quite cringe and free just yet. We're getting there, but not quite. No, I need a darker color of this. So it very well could be that they are in a similar situation to that, where they do have stuff, but maybe they're just shy about sharing them. There we go. That should be plenty of colors. Is he had like some little action lines that are coming off of him. I need to re-add those. Okay. Because right now he looks very static. This guy does. Despite the fact that he's supposed to be zooming through space at the speed of light. Maybe not quite that fast. You get what I mean. But hey, maybe the more you share your stuff with them, And well, that'll encourage them to open up as well. Sometimes that's all it takes. Somebody to make the first step. Okay, and then it was this color? Yeah. Yeah, it's this color. Okay. I can make this a little bit bigger. There we go. I don't know what I'm going to do after this. Well, actually, no, I do know what I want to do. I've been saying it for a while. I want to learn how to do live 2D. My thought was to immediately go into like trying to animate this, but I want to try to do that with. I want to try to learn how to use it with something a little bit easier first. I'll just like a cube. It'll probably be next, assuming there's no games I want to play. We'll see. Let's see. Especially now that... Oh, wait. Actually, in May there's going to be... Lagaricus is going to come out in Monster Hunter. But that's going to be a... We'll see when that comes out. No. And right now in Monster Hunter, I'm really just... Right now, all I'm doing is just trying to flesh out my build. It's at the super grindy portion right now. Where you're just fighting the same few monsters, the hardest of the hardest monsters, over and over again, trying to get the things that you need to finish out your build to become as overpowered as possible. I remember with Rise, I got to the point where it was really turning into like Fashion Hunter for me. I got to a point where I was like, yeah, I got that drip on, and then it was good and I stopped. But with Wilds, I'm actually going through and being like, all right, let's do this. Let's actually get something going here. Okay, I also like the black lines on the bees, but they fit more with everything else when I get rid of them, so we're gonna get rid of them. And there's also like a... Oh yeah, also, on my way here, I stopped at the store. And I don't know what was going on. I have this bad habit where I bounce like my legs. I think I must have done it one too many times, because I was bouncing my leg, and all of a sudden there's like this like sharp, like prickly pain in the back of my calf muscle. I don't know what was going on. I was walking around in the store trying to grab some stuff last minute on my way back from my parents' house, because we had dinner with them, and the store I go to is over by them as well, so I was grabbing some. I was out of paper plates and I was grabbing those real quick. There's something else I'm out of. I don't remember what it was. It's gonna drive me crazy. But I remember thinking before I left, I need to grab that and paper plates, and I don't remember what that was. Anyways, I'll probably think of it later. Taking a shower and be like, oh man. It's always where you think of it, the shower. I think it's because you have no distractions. and your mind's allowed to just kind of like wander and filter through everything for the day finally. Plus mixed with like just moving around arms and whatnot are good for stimulating the brain as well. Which is why you always have your best ideas in the shower. Because it's like the perfect place to think and be creative, ironically enough. If I ever start a company, and it's based off of something that I thought up while I was in the shower, I'm absolutely going to name the company Shower Thoughts. Because that's where it started. Alright, and then let's grab this color. Yeah, we got. Actually, I do need to actually use this color. Because using a really dark one actually looks bad here. There we go. There we go. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna come down here because I need to fix this because now this looks weird. Oh, nope, not that layer. This layer, there we go. Okay. There we go. I might need to do a little around just the edges. I might need to do a little. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use a blue and I'm gonna hit the very edges of the. I'm gonna use this blue. I'm gonna hit like the very, very edges of the outside of these bad boys to kind of make it, give them just a little bit of a tiny glow. I think that'll look good. And I'll kind of incorporate that blue in there a little bit more. Because I got that blue light that's coming off of them. There we go, it's this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's this one, alright. And that's come around. What was I talking about? I'm going to bed. I may see that tomorrow. Whatever happens, happens. Have a good night and a good stream. You too, man. You too. I will see you later. I don't know if I will be streaming tomorrow or not. Tomorrow is probably going to be cooking day. But we shall see. Because I won't be able to cook on Tuesday because I'm meeting up with somebody. But I will see you later. Good luck out there. Remember, don't overthinking it. You're doing fine. here, around. Man, I might finish up faster than I thought. Well, no. It's been an hour, but still. Oh yeah, there's gonna be some nights where, oh gosh. Love them cheap viewers, LOLPs. Oh gosh, here's another one. Yeah. Hey. Ban. There we go. Get out of here. No one likes you. Except for the people who use you. And even them, I'm sure, don't like you. Oh man, I don't know why this. Okay, I do know why this thought of me. I thought there's been like a bunch of people that have been kind of caught lately, like especially like bigger content creators have been caught lately, view botting and things like that. I mean, there was like some guy on Kick or whatnot, and whatever. But one of the wilder things is there was like, who was it? It was Extra Emily. I don't really watch her, but I know of her. She got caught. She was doing a stream where she was driving. She got caught running a red light. And then I saw today that she got banned. I was like, oh no. Well, that's fair, I guess. She like turned her camera around at like the exact wrong moment as well. Then she admitted to doing it a bunch. I was like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's gotta be better things to say in that moment. Also bad to get in the habit of running a red light. Because if it's just normal for you to do, then it's normal for you to do at the worst possible moment. You know what I mean? So, she got caught doing it while streaming. And while I sincerely does hope that this makes her not do it, but in the future, but she got caught doing it while streaming. I hope this makes her reevaluate and not do it at other times, because there can be other instances where you definitely do not want to be running a red light. Like say when somebody's crossing it. Alright, and then we need to come back down here to this layer. But doom. Comes back to, what is it? I always reminded this, but whenever I was in theater, we had this saying, like, there was practice like it's gonna be the real thing. So what it meant was every time that you're in practice, don't just be like, oh, it's not the final show, I'm not gonna, oh, it's just like a Thursday practice or something like that, I'm not gonna give it my all today. No, you always practice like it's the real thing, so that way when the real show does come around, you give it your all and you go for it, because that's what you've been doing this entire time. You give it your all every time. So that you're always in the headspace of giving it your all. same is true for life as well. Make sure you do it. And make sure you're doing all that stuff, like, not just for the times where it does matter, but so that you do things properly the one time it really, really, really matters. And that was an instance where she could probably do a little bit better. Let's be real. Actually, hold on. I actually want this red. There we go. And then we want to come up to here, here. Then I want this color. Actually, no, I want this color. Okay, and wait, no, I need this color. Got bumped on the head. Poor little guy. He's having a bad day. Sorry, bro. You're in a permanent state of getting an ouchie. Sucks to be you, but whatever. Oh yeah, I've been watching a little bit. I have been trying to keep up with all the streams. It really kind of feels like feast or famine recently. Like, there was some time where Mint was gone and so was Nimmy. And I was like, man, I feel like I don't got anybody to watch. But now it feels like I have too much to watch. Like, I'm trying to keep up on Mint's MGS streams, and Nimmy is obsessed with playing Elden Ring. And she's doing the same build I did, which is pretty jank and definitely not optimal, but very fun because you can cast all the spells in the game. I went Intelligence Faith build. Just because I was like, there's magic, I'm going to cast all of it. And with that little bit of arcane in there, I was able to cast all of it. Except for like, there were some like really high arcane spells that I was just like, nah. Ended up being more intelligence than faith at the end of the day, because I just didn't need that much faith. But she's using the Sword of Night and Flame like I was, which basically ended up being most of my damage in the game. When I see some people in the comments of videos being like, hey, you probably just want to focus on one type of damage, but I'm like, nah. Nah. Unoptimal but fun build. Unoptimal but fun build. Do it. You'll love it. You are a bit glass cannon-y with that build. Just a bit. You really gotta after you get enough points in, like, faith and intelligence to make it work, you really gotta pump vigor after that. Like, you really gotta pump vigor after that. I unfortunately didn't start pumping Vigor until way too late, like way too late. And it was so frustrating, but I also really spammed my summons as well, so that helped. However, she's only using like one summon, which is the jellyfish in the very beginning, which is actually not a bad one, because it's super tanky. Even at fairly low levels. The problem is there's a quest related with that one, where you reunite her with her sister and they fly away and they both disappear, and you just lose that summon. It's not going to be for a while, but waiting for that. That's going to be an episode. But they're also like 5 hours long. Like, although I think I only got like 19 minutes left in her most recent one, which is good. Because I have no idea how I would keep up if there was another one. And thankfully she just did a member stream today, so. And did some drawing. Actually, I will member people, but I very, very rarely watch their members' content. It's more just like, I appreciate what you do, I'm gonna give you some money kind of thing. Of course, I'm also coming over from like Twitch, which like subbing over there and giving money is just like, you're not really expecting a whole lot in return. It's just kind of a thing that you do. Okay. Oh, no. I'm out of a menu. So, no, I forgot about that those are all the same layer. Oh, God. So she went through Knock Run and she got the Mimic. People have been telling her every time she beats a boss, being like, good job, you just beat the hardest boss in the game. It's become like a running joke. But when she got to the Mimic tier fight, everyone was like, hey, easiest boss in the game coming up. And she was like, really? I've also been watching... FaZe Connect's been doing a whole back to school thing. This looks like something that they had probably planned to do a while ago, but there are new models for like everybody, or new outfits really, not like new models. And I think it took them way longer than they anticipated to get this done. So they're doing it now, when school's almost over, but it's been pretty fun. We got an off collab. We got Clara teaching 6 Ed, which was super funny. I'm gonna finish that stream. She went too late and I wasn't able to finish it. It was like 2 a.m. and she was still going. Because she starts at like midnight my time. Midnight 11. Which is not Daijobu. Which stinks because she's super funny. Luckily she doesn't stream for too long though. She's a very good singer though. cross paths? I don't think so. I do know there was a thing last year around Pippa's birthday, because she's a huge fan of Mori Calliope, that they got Mori and Watame to say happy birthday to her. I don't think she's ever forgiven her chat for that. She's fans of both of them, which was nice. But I don't think so. Truth be told, especially on the girls' side, they never like really do anything outside of the company, it seems. I wonder if they would like to do more stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they probably would. Or maybe they're too shy. Because I know they do stuff like that on the Japanese side. I know I've talked about this before, but it's something I think about a lot. Like, why don't they, like, do like one of those big VTuber events, like Rust or like an SMP or something like that? But I think it's probably a mixture of a couple things. One, the EN community is probably like, oh, we can't invite them. And two, they're too shy to reach out, so. Well, I think that could change. Because I think Liz and especially Shiori, because the guys do it. They do join stuff like that. So I think they could. I think specifically the Stars guys could help them get into it and introduce them to people. So that's all they really need at the end of the day, like for real. Just some introductions. And they probably know some people from the PLs and whatnot. I would imagine Liz probably does. I don't know about Shiori. I know that she was kinda... I know that she's not the most sociable person. Well, that's not the way to say it. I know she's not the best at reaching out, is a better way to say it. Although she's getting better. She's learning. She had a few weeks there where she's had a ton of collabs. And is making friends. Which is one thing I kind of noticed, especially with her 3D, is that it was really just her and the disembodied voices of other people in Advent. I was like, oh, does she not really have a whole lot of friends outside of Advent? And I guess at the time she really didn't, but now she does. Her and Zeta becoming friends, which is nice. And she's becoming friends with Flayon and Gerard as well. And Anya as well. But I think her and Zeta are getting along pretty good, which is nice. So yeah, I think she noticed she was kind of lagging in the friend department. Decided to do something about it, which is good. This is kind of long. Okay, I said I was probably gonna get this done today, but I'm gonna cut it pretty close if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right, that's all of these, and then wait, hold on. I don't think I did do the wings and him. Okay, then I gotta hit the eyes as well. Okay, and oh yeah. Also, right now there's like the 40th annual Sanrio like popularity contest going on. And the amount of people melting down over that has been really funny. I know solely through Iron Mouse that in the past, it's like usually Cinnamon Roll that wins. The amount of people being like, do not let this bastard win again is really fun. I do not care enough about this stuff. My entire introduction to Sanrio and all of that was Iron Mouse. In fact, up until I started watching her, I thought Hello Kitty was just Hello Kitty. And I think I had seen like pictures or whatnot of the other characters, but I just never really thought much about it. I had no idea that there was like deep lore and like some extremely like diehard fans and whatnot. I was just like, oh, it's this brand that's been around for a long time that's of really cute characters. Although to be fair, like they were very ahead of their time, I think. Like very, very, very ahead of their time. Because if you told me Hello Kitty was made today and I didn't know, rather than like 40 years ago, I would believe you. Like no, like that's like the kind of like cute character that they would make today. Of course, there's probably a argument to be made that the reason why that's a cute character they make today is because of the influence of Hello Kitty. That's probably not too out there. Oh, I need to hit some additional shading on this guy. Hold on, let me finish up this and then I'll do that real quick. But yeah. Also a bunch of people calling Cinnamon Roll. What was the funniest tweet I saw was a lady being like, if you guys let that capitalist dog win again, I will never forgive you. And I was like, what is this talking about? Then I saw that she linked the Sanrio popularity contest. I was like, wait a minute, I know what's going on. I know who that capitalist dog is. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. Oh boy. Let that capitalist dog win. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. My ears just started ringing real bad. Oh my goodness. Hit these extra little bits. Ah, my goodness. Hold on. Ah. 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 My DMJ's acting up. Jeez. Blah. Oh man, I can tell I had a ton of drainage. Ugh. It's all coming out now. No, I want to use this same color that I was using for the wings. No. want to use this color. Yeah, that makes it look more like ice, baby. Do 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 do. I might want this color to be a little darker. Actually, one thing I want to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab this color, and then I'm going to make it just a little greener. And I'm going to do that so that the bok choy shows through a little bit better. That's too light. We need to go darker. Okay. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So it actually looks like a bok choy in there. There we go. There we go. I like that. I like that a lot. And then, yeah. Now it actually looks like a bok choy in there. Look at that. Look at that. It's a little frozen bok choy. Okay, and then I want to hit these wings. Is the color I was using for the wings? No, it was not. I think it was this color. What was the color I was using for the wings? Was it this one? Yeah, there we go. Boom, shakalaka. Ding dong. There we go. Alright, the B's are the knees. And then, actually, there's one other thing I need to add on here. I do want to take this color. No, and then on... where should I put this? And add just a couple, make these smaller. I don't like where that is. There we go. Give him a little bit more speed. Make him look like he's flying. There we go. Actually does make him look like he's moving a lot quicker, which is good. Oh wait, then I need to hit the tears. I think that's maybe the last thing I need to hit. Don't need to do the tears on him. Do need to do the tears on him. Look at that. I'm sure there's going to be like something I've missed somewhere else that I need to hit. Got the tears on him. Got the tears on this guy. Boom, shakalaka. Got this one up here. I am so excited. Oh, I forgot. I was getting in the habit of posting when I was going live, because I've been getting a few few followers here and there on Twitch, not Twitch, but Twitter, and being like, yeah, might as well. Okay. Oh yeah, the crab. The crab. Let's take this color, make it just a touch darker. But not too much. And hit this. And then I need to do the same thing for like the cookie. I'm gonna leave the. I was about to say I'm gonna leave the eyebrows black, so I just gotta do that. There we go. And I want to leave the mouth black as well. No, I don't want to leave the mouth black. It immediately looked weird as soon as I did that. Oh wait, I gotta hit. This. Oh wait, hold on. Where's that darker yellow? Alright. Then I gotta hit that yellow right here. There we go. We're getting very close. This is gonna, that's not the, I want to be using this one. There we go. There we go. Oh wait, and then there was some yellow right here that I missed. Ooh, I'm glad I noticed that. All right, and then I just got the cookie and the tin up here. Cookie's gonna be super easy. I take whatever this color is, make it just a touch darker. And fill this in. Actually, okay, I like the face being black and white. Actually, I might go with an even darker tint. Down to like 84, okay. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. And the cookie tin is actually going to be, I'm going to use the wing tint. Because it actually has some, actually, what if I just go full white? How does it look? It does stand out quite a bit. It's supposed to, I believe. Because this guy actually has, that's a little bit too much. Actually, let's go with this color but darker. Alright, this is sitting at, let's go down to 90, okay. It does need to be a little lighter in some instances as well. This is going to be one where I'm going to try not to. this back for right here. Might keep the bow tied like this. Yeah, keep it light. There we go. All right. All right, anything else that I'm missing? I like the eyes being black and white. That's good. And then Shiina over here. Anything I'm missing on her? I don't think so. I finished up a lot of her stuff off stream, I'm gonna be honest. Am I done? No, there's a little bit of... I want to take this and like outline these guys like just a bit. In this blue. I'm gonna try it with this one and see how I like it. Because I think it's gonna make them look like they're actually like got that blue behind them. But I think this is going to be the last thing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry about the microphone. What day is it? I just thought of something. It is the 13th. What day is Moonbay graduating on again? I want to say it's the 21st. Man. Oh yeah, speaking of that, some people noticed that Guru has been like a tourism ambassador for Tokyo for Hololive for a while. And some people noticed like this last week that she was very silently removed from being one of the ambassadors. And she no longer appears in the marketing. Which, I mean, frankly, I don't think anybody's surprised by. She's been struggling to stay consistent for quite a while. And even if she's like struggling or going through something, she doesn't update people on Twitter or whatnot. I mean, she's been done for a while. I think that's pretty obvious. I just hope the fans are ready for it. But at the same time, I'm gonna say it again. It's the biggest YouTuber channel on the planet. It's gotta feel like it's impossible to leave. Like you just can't do it anymore, you can't do it anymore. One of these days I'm gonna have an Oshi retire and they're actually gonna just go away for good. She always said something about that recently. She said when it's kind of like a social expectation for people to come back afterwards, because she was talking about like Mume and all that. But she kind of just mentioned like, when I retire, she just kind of said when I leave, I'm probably just going to retire at that point. And I can see that. Because content creation seems to be one of those jobs that has a really finite lifespan to it. Unless you can turn it into something like Red and Link and Smosh. Or PewDiePie. They're the only ones I've seen who've actually like been successfully able to keep this going for a long time, because either they burn out and leave, they fall off, or they get canceled and have to like leave and never come back, or like never reach where they were before. But it's one of those positions that has a very finite lifespan to it. And we're only really just starting to see that. Like, what was it? It was a couple of years ago, we had the spate of all those like YouTubers that were leaving. Was that 2024 or 2023? It was the year that MatPat left. I think that was 2023, if I'm not mistaken. But it was him and there was a few other like big ones. I don't remember who because I didn't watch them, but ow. Sorry. There's like little ridges on there's like little ridges and my arm hair keeps constantly getting caught in it. Usually it's not too bad, but that time it really got caught, like a couple of hairs, and they like got ripped out. Same reason why I don't wear. I have so much arm hair. I've completely given up on wearing watches or anything of the like. It's just I'm constantly losing hair. It's so uncomfortable. Should I try raiding somebody? I haven't raided somebody in forever. I don't know who I would raid though. I see Sorry Sandwich is on. They popped in a bit in the beginning. I realized something I need to do for all the wings. Hold up. I need to do a little bit of this. There we go. I'm glad I realized this now rather than later. It's also one of those things where you can make a lot of money, but it's not sustainable money. And even some of the people who do this for a living, they're not nearly as well off as you think. Only like the top people actually like get rich off of this. what is it? I heard that if you have, what is it? Like more than 15 viewers, you are in the like top 2% of Twitch, which is crazy. Although it makes kind of sense. Like, I've been sitting at 1 to 2 viewers for a couple of years, so I don't really know why I'm surprised by that. I am probably the average experience most people have when it comes to streaming and content creation. What is it? I've heard people like Pirate Software and Jinxie. They streamed for like 7 years before they really saw like any growth. Pirate Software especially has kind of fallen off. I don't know, that controversy is so like ham-fisted. People keep trying to make something out of it. I don't know why people like are always trying to make something out of that like controversy with that guy. He hasn't done shit to deserve it. Okay, the blue does not work here. It absolutely does not work here. Yes, gray does. Okay, I'm glad I did this. I absolutely would not have noticed those question marks. Okay. That's these 5 done. Now I just got 2 more to hit the outlines of, and we are Gucci Maducci. Alright. This one's gonna be the hardest though, because I have all these strings and they're all in the same layer. Why did I do this to myself? I should put those strings in a different layer. But they were part of that line art, so I just kind of went with it. Whatever. I just gotta be real careful and we'll be good. Oh yeah, I also got a haircut yesterday. It's about 2 inches shorter, a little bit of thinned out. My ears have been cleaned up. Back of my neck. Oh, it's gonna be so much better for summer. My once yearly haircut, it seems at this point. Oh yeah! I need to be watching some of that. But Sea-Dog's doing his yearly bike-a-thon right now. That's the thing that actually got me into VTubers. Yeah! Because I remember seeing stuff about the bike-a-thon, but it was like late 2023. And I watched like the recap video of like his second bike-a-thon. While I was sick with 140-degree fever, and then I got into VTubers. I wish that was a joke. It's not. That's legitimately what happened. Yeah, I got COVID and watched this bike-a-thon and it was over, man. It was over for me. Oh, I also gotta hit the outsides of this. Oh, whoops. Hold on, I gotta fix that real quick. Alright, I'll just... Actually, I'm gonna speed even darker. Okay, we're not gonna think too much about this. had a bit of a fun moment with family. Well, kind of an interesting moment with family. So apparently, one of my brothers-in-laws, he found out about like AI art, and they were like doing some stuff and sending pictures back and forth with my dad, and I'm sitting there thinking like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about this. Because it's one of those things where it's like, they don't mean any harm by it, but at the same time, they don't know, like, I think they're probably unaware of like the deeper implications. So I didn't say anything. I was just like, we're having a conversation with my sister and her family, who we don't see very often because they live in a different state now. There's no point bringing that up and kind of ruining things. But I'm convinced that 99% of those like AI art accounts on Twitter are just rage bait accounts. Like there's probably a couple here and there that are like, have actually like drunk the Kool-Aid and are serious about it. I feel like 90% of them are rage bait accounts because they're like, oh my god, if I post some AI artwork and call myself an AI artist, then I'm gonna get a whole bunch of engagement and make money. That's all just rage bait, I think. I think it's literally all just rage bait. In fact, I assume most things these days on Twitter are rage bait. It's made my life a lot easier. Because why get all worked up about something that's clearly meant to just, that is solely meant to just piss you off? Because if you get mad about it, then they win. They just ignore it and move on. Honestly, I think a lot of things would be fixed if we just ignored them and moved on. Not everything, obviously, but probably more than we realize. For the most part, I kind of think that's where AI is now. Because it's one of those things where I feel like if we ignore it, it gets worse, but it's going to get worse anyways. But can we really do anything about it? It's one of those things where you need to care, but at the same time, like, what are we gonna do about it? What, if anything, can we do about it? That's the thing. So it feels like getting angry is like, it feels like something needs to be done about it, but anger just isn't helpful, you know? So, I don't know what personally I can do about it. That's the thing. I'm starting to feel myself become a jaded adult because all this stuff is happening. I'm like, well, know what you want me to do about it. I'm just one person. I can only do so much, unfortunately. But it's important not to give up and do what you can at the same time. But there is really and truly only so much that you can do. I don't think it's bad to recognize that. And then I met somebody who made a very good point I hadn't thought about. She used AI, it was another VTuber, she used AI to make like some really shitty like shitpost pregnancy art of herself. And she was like, yeah, this is supposed to be like really shitty and bad. That's why I used AI. I was like, that kind of broke my brain because I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't like it, but she's not wrong. I don't know. That one I'm still thinking about. I don't have an answer for what I feel about that just yet. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, they look a lot better with those little bit of blues around there. Okay. The bees really distract from Shiina. They really distract from her. Oh well, something to think about for later. This is a lesson in composition that I literally didn't notice until right now, but something that I'm not going to worry about. But it's done! Look at this! I finally fucking finished this! Oh, okay. Let's save it. And then I'm going to save as a PNG. And then I'm going to tweet it out. Finally. My goal, if I can have anything with this artwork, is that maybe she uses it for like a thumbnail. That would be pretty cool. But if not, that's fine. I'm just at least glad I finished it. Oh my good golly gosh. And I can finally move on to something else, thank God. Anyways, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun, but it has not been a fun reel. I am finally done. Look at it, it's done! I started this, when did I start this? And it was definitely, I want to say in February that I started this, because that's when I had the idea. So I've been working on this for like 2 months. Maybe it was January? I don't remember. I've been working on this for at least 2 months, that's for sure. Anyways, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to tweet this out. I didn't think it would take me the full 2 hours, but it took me exactly the 2 hours. And then I'm probably going to play some more Vampire Survivors. Anyways, y'all have a good one. Peace.